Alabama goes to Kentucky. Bama with their best game last weekend. Tommy Rees from a play calling standpoint. Jalen Monroe playing quarterback. Now, do you think they take a step backwards at all? Even if they beat Kentucky, do they take a step backwards, or is this Alabama identity really starting to form?
To me, the biggest question in this game is not who's going to win. I think Alabama's just that much better than Kentucky, and I don't trust Devin Leary. And I'll get into why here in a second. But I'm interested to see, is it going to be embraced now? Hey, guess what? You're in a house full of vegetarians for 12 years. Uh-oh, Dad brought steak home one night. You had a taste of it. How much did you love it? My guess, you loved it. It was the greatest thing you've ever eaten because Jalen Monroe went absolutely ridiculous, went dummy last game when you tailored the game plan to what he does best. This has to be Alabama now. If Alabama wants to win the national championship, if they want to beat Georgia in the SEC championship, they're not going to do it by turning Jalen Monroe into Dan Marino. They're not. Jalen Monroe needs to be Tyrod Taylor. Jalen Monroe needs to be what he was last game against LSU when they realized they were going to have to score, 40, 50 points to win. I think they were protecting him physically, not that they weren't trying to score points, but they weren't trying to get him so beat up that you had to put one of the backups who we know aren't capable yet. Ty Simpson, I think, will be down the road. But will Alabama continue this RPO action, the quarterback design runs, even though it's against Kentucky? How will Tommy Rees operate and call plays? Because I thought they were at their highest level of efficiency. And I know LSU's defense makes you look like that. But I know what I was looking at, and I know how comfortable Jalen Monroe looked, and I know how dangerous they looked. I know how well that offense complemented each other when they were running that system because it fits him best. If they do that, they will run Kentucky out of the gym. They were running out of the gym in front of me, you, God, and everybody because they're that much better than Kentucky is, in my opinion. But let's look at Kentucky for a second. Everybody was talking about, Kentucky's going to Georgia. It's going to be a great game. Kentucky can beat Georgia. There's a reason all week we were saying they're going to get destroyed because styles make fights. Kentucky is a box-run team. They are not a team that is going to be able to run laterally with the quarterback, with Devin Leary. It is Ray Davis. It is gap scheme. And Ray Davis is a hell of a player. NFL. Great back. NFL player, for sure. Reminds me of Ray Rice. Speaking of another Ray, the way he runs a little bit. But you are going to be running into the teeth of an NFL defense, similar to what you were doing against Georgia. I would say there's a lot of comparisons between Georgia's defense and Alabama's defense. I think LSU, with a healthy Jayden Daniels, would score a lot of points on Georgia, too. I think they'd score a lot of points on anybody. I think they're the best offense in the country. But I don't think Devin Leary is good enough with a box run game that I don't think is going to work to be able to, and a play action game that they depend on. They're over 30% play action. So if the run game's not working, I'm not taking play action serious. And Devin Leary doesn't just make mistakes. He makes catastrophic mistakes. And this is where you see Kool-Aid, and this is where you see Downs, and this is where you see all those guys on that Alabama defense. When they get you in predictable passing downs and they know what you're going to do, they will feast on you. They will have an absolute day on you. I love Alabama minus 10.5 if they keep embracing this offensive game plan, which, David, I don't see how they don't.
Yeah, no, you've already shown what your strengths are. Like this
for sure. No, we know who you are.
So play to that. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a slaughtering. I really do. The one thing, if you're Kentucky fans, you got one positive. I mean, Devin Leary's playing some of his best football
basketball season.
Last couple of weeks, they've been playing all year. This game is at home, but the thing about it is, like, Alabama's going to be able to get to Devin Leary. All right, I don't think Kentucky's going to be able to get to Monroe.
Yeah,
and even if they get to him, can you get him on the ground? I think Monroe's starting his villain arc. Right, I really do. After going back and looking at his team picture, I think he's about to be on another level. After what I saw against LSU, that offense for Alabama can be the most dangerous in college football if they play like that, if they run him like that, if his clock looks like that, if his progressions are good. You got Burton, a lot of guys. One guy who does not get talked about on this Alabama football team is Isaiah Bond. I mean, like,
well, Isaiah
Bond is he's the comfort receiver for Jalen Monroe.
The blanket?
The blanket guy. I mean, he's Bond, shaken, not stirred, all right? So at the end of the day, man, if Alabama keeps playing this type of football, they're as good as anybody in the nation. And what do we talk about with this Alabama team? Defense does what?
It travels.
Defense travels. And you need your defense to make a big play, right? You need Caleb Downs to come make a big play. You need Dallas Turner to come make a big play, and they do. I think Alabama wins this game sitting at 10.5. I believe Alabama, even on the road. Give me Alabama in the points, man. I feel like Alabama might run them out of the stadium.
46. Do we think? I mean, this is a game I can see Alabama scoring 40 points in.
Absolutely. What
Like I almost like the over.
Proven?
It came down from 48.
Depends on what
to
style they
46.
want to play. You know, I mean, they
Well,
could
this
be
can't.
Ole Miss 24-10 type game.
David, this can't be a, hey, let's keep increasing Jalen Milroe's confidence in the pocket. Let's make sure and tell him all week not to escape. No, you let Pandora out of the box. It's like in The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. Y'all open that crypt and y'all let this curse out on the world. And guess what? Here it comes. All of a sudden, that face in the sand chasing the plane, that's Jalen Milroe. Just look at the team picture. My man's looking like Pennywise in that old photo in the new It movie. Speaking about different, if you're looking for the perfect holiday gift, and I need everybody to listen up, all right? This is some new age 2023 going to 2024 type stuff. We got one of these in my house, and it's absolutely incredible. All right, then look no further than the Bartesian. All right, it's a home cocktail maker. I'm telling you, it's the size of a coffee maker that makes premium cocktails at the touch of a button. All right, and now it's kind of similar to the way people make their coffee. Right, if you kind of smell what I'm stepping in. All right, and now our listeners can get Bartesian's best Black Friday deal ever at bartesian.com/Crain. Okay, again, ladies, gentlemen, this is a great birthday for a significant other, a parent, somebody of drinking age. All right, you can choose from over 50 different cocktails with classics like margaritas, martinis, old fashions, and the most exotic premium cocktails served in the best bars today. It's easier than making a cup of coffee, and it's a perfect addition for every party and for tailgates. Oh my God, you guys, our house parties, it is so unbelievably easy. Takes a lot of the work out of it, and it lets you customize the strength of each drink from mocktail, for ladies maybe carrying a little one out there, to strong, all right, for the ladies who aren't carrying a little one out there, and me. All right, it's perfect for the holiday season. It's B-A-R-T, so Bart, E-S-I-A-N, okay, .com/Crain, C-R-A-I-N. That's BARTESIAN.com/Crain, C-R-A-I-N, for Bartesian's best deal ever. Only at bartesian.com/Crain. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details. Guys, I'm telling you, you remember that one gift that she always talks about? That like, man, I'm glad you got that. I'm really glad. This is that gift.
I got my brother one for his birthday this year. I'm probably going to get a couple more as Christmas comes up here. Looking for some good Christmas gifts. I would encourage everyone else to do the same.
The bartesian.com/Crain. Trust me on this.
But it may be one of those games where the running game from the running backs gets going, and they can lean on that a little bit more and not need Jalen Milroe quarterback run. They needed a lot of that against.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's built into the RPO, right? Again, is Alabama going to line up and just run power and counter the whole time? That's a different
if it's
story.
working.
Yeah, but if you're going to run split zone and then run the bluff off of it and run the RPO off of it like they did against LSU, I mean, it could hit at 3 different levels.
One thing for Kentucky fans here, Devin Leary, the past 5 games, 9 touchdown passes, 2 interceptions.
Who's those last 5 been against, though?
So that's Mississippi State, Tennessee, Missouri, Georgia, and Florida.
So it's again, he's playing some of his best football. You go back and watch that Tennessee game. He looked great.
Well, let's dive in. How many touchdowns he throw against Georgia?
He threw 2 and no picks.
He threw 2 and no picks against Georgia. Missouri's pass defense isn't great.
But he was 10 for 26 for 128 yards.
10 for 128 yards. What about Tennessee?
He was 28 of 39, 372,
That's
2 TDs and no picks.
That's
they lost
the game.
33-27, and he balled out.
That's the game, and that was at home, correct?
That was at home.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right. YouTube, what's up? Hey, do us a favor, man. If this is how you watch us, if this is how you consume your Crain and Company, or maybe you just found us, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, turn that notification bell on. We'd really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great day.